Welcome back to the third part and the final episode of this series, and I'm Vaishnavi. If you have watched my previous episodes, I discussed about proverbs and idioms, how to use the expressions and phrases to make the language more creative, both written and spoken manner. If not, check the video links below in the description. So, in this part, I'm going to discuss two types of figure of speeches, that are metaphors and similes. They can also be addressed as expressions in a way to talk or explain things. So let's begin with their differences using few famous examples and two poems that I'm going to address in this series. So the first one is metaphor. A metaphor compares two different things that have something in common in order to explain an idea or show hidden similarities, which in a rhetorical effect. So it doesn't have a literal meaning for it, but then they can be used in different sentences, make or explain how it goes. Metaphors gives words a new way to walk through into the meanings, a different dimension you can show using metaphors. So the first example of this metaphor I'm going to take is the classroom is a zoo. So what do you think? The classroom is a zoo? No, it isn't. It's just that the students, how they are behaving, it's like them quarreling and shouting. That is how it goes. And the second one, he's a walking dictionary. When one of your friend is just there, you are just having a common general conversation, and a person like, if not, I'm saying one of my friend, he's a walking dictionary, doesn't mean he has a dictionary in his hands or something like that. It's just that he is pretty knowledgeable. He has ideas about a lot of things that he can give you meaning for anything. So how strange do this sound if I just say he's a walking dictionary or the classroom is zoo without defining its meaning? Could you crack it? No, right? And let's see what simile is. A simile is a type of metaphor in which the comparison is made with the use of words such as like and as. You can differentiate it very easily. For an example, the bag was as heavy as a rock. So here the comparison is with the weight. How heavy was the bag? The bag was pretty heavy. Second simile I'm going to use is as busy as a bee, which means a person is quite occupied with some work that they have been as busy as a bee. Simile makes you think about the situation. It makes you think about the sentence, how it goes. So as I said in the previous example about as busy as a bee, so in this is the person is quite busy. How a bee is always occupied with collecting nectar from the flowers, and metaphor is something that makes you feel things. How I've explained that the classroom is a zoo. That is how it goes. Now I'm going to use a very famous phrase that you must have heard from Shakespeare's As You Like It. So it goes like, all the world is a stage and all the men and women are merely players. What does it mean? So the meaning relies in it, if you can clearly crack it by understanding, is all the world is a stage. That means this world is a stage where we are like, it's in a general life, how we take it, every situation, how we perform it is acting, that is how it is compared. So the next one is every cloud has a silver lining, means a difficult situation usually has at least one positive aspect. Look at the bright side. To be optimistic is what it goes with. Have an optimism, be optimistic. It's like a glass, if it is half full or a half empty glass. It's upon your opinion. So now I'm going to use two types of poems that can be described in simile and metaphors. So let us see first how simile is expressed in Robert Burns' a famous poem called A Red Red Rose. So I'm going to read out how the poem goes like, and then I'm going to explain how the simile is used in this one. So the poem goes like, oh love, like a red red rose, the newly sprung in June. Oh my love, like the melody that sweetly played in tune. Just pause it and go back and see how I explain. In this, the poet describes how his love is. It's like a red rose. That is how his deep love, his love is for her. and in the second line it says that it's like a newly sprung flower in June. That means it's just blooming and it's so beautiful with deep love, comparing and addressing it twice, saying red red rose. This is how it is, and as and like is used. So the next example I'm going to use from The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. This one goes like, two roads diverged in a yellow woods, and sorry, I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where I bent in the undergrowth. This means the poet is trying to explain how it is. It's like there are two roads that are diverged. That means two separate roads are going, and then he is saying that these two roads, in this he's using a metaphorical way in which he is saying that both of the roads are two different lives or two different situations. You can either choose one from both of them. He's trying to explain that he had to bend down and see which road he has to take. That means how the obstacles come, and in this metaphorical way he used roads and yellow woods and diverged lanes as a metaphorical way. So if you say, this is how like poems or essays or in any kind of journals or in a general language, they use different metaphorical words or rhetorical effects to have the language very creative and then make it sound very stylish or very classic, so that your language becomes more effective with using different words. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just go back, read it again. If not, try using different words. Check different novels or poems where they use different similes or metaphors or proverbs, as I explained in my previous episode, or idioms or anything that you can use in your upcoming, like any kind of, if you write an essay or if you write a poem or in your journals or in your general conversations. Just use it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share and subscribe to our channel. This is Vaishnavi signing out. Thank you.